Alright, I got a request. Somebody wants to buy some voltage regulators, but the only way I have to test them is put them on my car and try it. So normally when you turn on your key, a little red light comes on. It says CHG, charge. What it really means is discharge. So if it's on, it's going to discharge. If it's off, like that means it's charging normally. So what I'm going to have to do is unplug my voltage regulator, which I know is good, and then plug in the other two that I'm going to sell and make sure they still work. So this is where the voltage regulator is on the Honda 600. It's mounted on the right fender. These two bolts and the black wire is ground to the harness, but there's also a black wire here on the wiring harness. And when you don't have your engine grounded correctly, you should be going from the battery to the coil mount and then to the engine. A lot of people just run it directly from the battery to the engine, but it's got to go from a solid point on the engine. It normally was here originally. This is the one I just took off my car. You can see this one's been repaired. This is where the black wire goes on the plug. Somebody didn't have this car grounded. You can see the melted plug right there. They added a piece of green wire and then it's soldered. Looks like extra solder maybe. No, looks about standard. So to clean these, like this one's green. I'm going to clean this before I put it on, test it. I'll show you what I use. It's called a Bright. That one looks really nice. Bright, and but that one says NG. Somebody wrote on it was no good, so maybe they don't know. It's not my writing, so I'm going to test it anyway. So these here don't have melted wires. These are all intact, these three. Alright, here's the product I like to use for cleaning up corroded contacts and terminals and stuff. It works great. You gotta make sure you neutralize it when you're done though. So get it at Napa. It's like $6 a bottle and it's a quart. And then don't forget to read the instructions and keep it out of your eyes because it's acid. It's an acid. It's like phosphoric acid or something. I don't know. Anyway, so you spray it on the contact like that. So then I'm going to wash it out with water, and then I'm going to blow it out with dry compressed air, and then sometimes I just blow it out with Windex and then blow it out with air if you don't have any water nearby. Alright, so here's a test on the first one. I only got it mounted with one bolt. It does have to be grounded though, because it's not going to, the brushes won't be grounded because the black wire goes all the way through the harness and then back down to the brushes. So if the brushes aren't grounded, it's definitely not going to work. So just unplug that. It's got the 6 wires, and I'm going to test it. Lights on, lights off. Let me get my voltmeter out and test the voltage. Alright, I got 11.9. Alright, here we are at 12.4 volts. Key off. We got the silver regulator on now that had the corrosion, the green corrosion, and I cleaned it out with that Bright. It's going nuts. At least it's doing something. That's all over the place. That one's a piece of junk. I don't even want that hooked in my car right now. Here's the inside of the voltage regulator. That is an electromagnet, and that is an electromagnet. And when that gets sucked down, it moves these points here on the top. So one is on and one is off. And when this one gets sucked down, it operates these points on the side. Like that. So I'm going to clean those points. Those look a little bit dirty. These don't look dirty. But I'm going to clean them anyway. And we'll put it back together and then see what happens. At the bottom looks okay. It could be those resistors as well. So, clean that one up and see what happens. It's got a little corrosion inside the lid, so could be corroded. We'll see. Alright, here we go. This is the silver one again after I cleaned the contacts. 12.44. Engine's cooled off a bit now. Alright. And it can stay running. That was still questionable. This is the one that was marked as NG, no good. And idling is putting out 12.48. Be good either. That one's still got the shenanigans going on with overcharging, so still got 3 bad ones. Alright, here's mine. Idling, it's putting out 13. Doesn't seem perfect, but it works. I've never had a problem with my battery since I won the car.